All right, everybody. Welcome back to Unfiltered Filmmakers. And we're here for episode 2. And I felt it was fitting to talk about sequels. This is the sequel to our episode 1. Hopefully, everyone's having a good holiday weekend. We got Halloween coming up. Probably Halloween when we drop this. But let's introduce ourselves. Who do we got?
Chris Lato, owner of Reaper Films, director, producer, all around nice guy. That's about it.
Ricky Garcia, gaffer, DP, freelance videographer, and that's pretty much it.
Hardware store, craft store, Batman.
Batman.
I am Beux Lato, director of photography for Reaper Films. Getting into a little directing role here pretty soon.
This weekend.
Written a couple things. So that is who we are. Hopefully you're here for the first episode. And if not, go back and watch it. So we got sequels. Lots of Halloween sequels. Lots of Friday the 13th sequels. Lots of Nightmare on Elm Street sequels. Got your big 3 in the horror movie space. Halloween in particular had notoriously a low budget for what they create. Why do you think the sequels suck if they did it perfectly with the lower budget on the first one?
Because they got a little silly. So Halloween 1, obviously we talked about it last week, my favorite movie, or horror movie. Just because of the way it was made, it was one of the first slasher movies, that hit the mainstream, and Michael Myers became a horror icon. Actually, I watched Halloween 2 last week. I was just scrolling and I saw it. And I was like, what? Let me watch this again. I hadn't watched it in a few years. And it's not great. I used to really like it. And then I watched it again. I just really watched it. And what's funny is that, it takes place, right after the first Halloween, like she's on her way to the hospital. And, they shot it 3 years later. So, Jamie Lee Curtis had different color hair and stuff like that. So I was just like, why wouldn't they make her go back to her original hair color when it takes place minutes after the first one? I thought that was a little silly. It's kind of boring. There's a couple cool scenes in it. But yeah, I didn't think it held up, and then you got Halloween 3, which I think we talked about last week, Season of the Witch, which didn't have Michael Myers in it at all. And then came the Danielle Harris sequels, Return of Michael Myers, the Revenge of Michael Myers, and then The Curse of Michael Myers. And those were they got all supernatural and Mayan gods and all this stupid crap. And I'm like, well, why are you doing that? Everybody wants to watch Michael Myers, terrorizing teenagers. That's what we want to watch.
Yeah.
So it just got a little crazy. And then they kind of went back to the roots with H2O, brought Jamie Lee Curtis back. And that one I got a little space in my heart for. I thought it was all right. Josh Hartnett was kind of getting big at the time, and he was in it. And then you got Halloween Resurrection.
The one with Busta Rhymes in it?
That's the one with Busta Rhymes. He wants to fight Michael Myers, and it was so ridiculous. And then you got the Rob Zombie movies, which I feel like I kind of liked. I know it gets a lot of hate. I liked the first one that he did. It was a different spin on on the whole Halloween story. It was more about Michael than it was the teenagers. They showed him in the mental asylum and all that stuff. And then part 2, probably one of the worst horror movies ever made. I don't know what Rob Zombie was thinking when he made this one. And I'm pretty sure I'm in the majority of feeling that way. That is just an awful, awful movie. And then you got the new ones. The Halloween, I don't even know why they call it Halloween again, but whatever. Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. Again, Halloween Ends pretty close to Rob Zombie's part 2. I don't know what they were doing with that movie. Michael Myers is in the movie for literally like maybe 12 minutes. We were all wanting that lead up to the big melee between him and Jamie Lee Curtis. And that was about 5 minutes at the end. And the rest of the movie was about some guy that we don't even really care about. So that's all the Halloween movies. What are your guys' takes on these? Was I out of line on any one thing that I said?
No, I mean, it's pretty accurate there. As you go further down the line, they kind of get worse and worse.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting because you can do it right one way. You know the formula, you know what the people like. And then something along the line happens where you just lose it and it's not the same thing that you created
they
before.
Get silly. They try to make it different,
why?
But we don't want it to be different.
Yeah. They know that people like this. Why are they going to change it?
Right.
But no, I really enjoyed the Rob Zombie one, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I like kind of seeing a little bit more into the psyche of Michael Myers as the person, not so much the killer.
Right.
You kind of humanize him more, which is kind of interesting because then you go and see him being Michael Myers killing people.
Right.
So it's that kind of giving more emotion to the mask.
Right.
And then I don't think I watched the last one that came out. What was that? Halloween Ends?
You're very lucky. Don't even do it. Unless you want to see how bad it is, then watch it. But yeah, it was me and Jada went and we're watching this movie and I'm like, I don't understand who this person, they just brought some guy in and made him like the main character of this movie. And it's like, nobody cared about this guy. I'm like, I don't understand why this guy is the focal point of this movie when we all want to watch Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis like go after each other. And it just didn't happen. Totally off the wall plot and characters I could care less about. So.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen all of them, probably at least once. The ones in the middle, probably not so much, just bits and pieces. Obviously, Halloween, a classic, right? Just kind of put that staple in horror as like the ultimate slasher, and it kind of gets voted that every year. For good reason. It kind of like, broke a lot of ground for horror slasher films, right?
Yeah, of course.
And then implemented the steady cam that the director wanted to kind of get that feel of like this almost like stalking behavior following Jamie Lee Curtis and the kids and the teenagers and all that. These more like voyeuristic shots, behind the hedges, from the window looking down at Michael, through the laundry, and shots like that. I feel like maybe at the time that probably wasn't something that was done so often, so it stood out a lot on its own. And then 2, like you said, boring. There were some cool scenes there, with the blood coming out of his mask, but each Halloween film changed his mask, and I don't know why that was.
Yeah, I know, right?
A creative choice. Like who okayed that? Like why would they change the mask? That was iconic. Like
I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember if it was 4 or 5. But it looked so ridiculous that
the one with like the hair.
No, it looked like his face was like pure white, and
it was too clean.
His hair was like all like weird.
It looked like Carrot Top.
Every time he was on TV, I just started laughing because it was so stupid. Like
that's the one when he was on the side of Daniel Harris's bed, and he sits up and the lightning strikes, right, and you just see him like on this.
I don't remember which one it was, but it was so stupid. I just started laughing every time they showed him. Like, why did they do that?
Yeah,
Well, there's nothing wrong with the first mask. Maybe they couldn't recreate the first mask.
That's possible too.
Yeah,
maybe. Because it's an inside-out William Shatner mask. So
right.
That's a possibility too. Never thought about it.
I never thought about that.
But
even Jason, they changed the mask. Almost every movie.
Yeah.
That too. I don't know. Maybe it's a creative choice that they want to implement in the new movie. You know, like even like the remakes now, like they try to change something to make it a little bit more interesting. Like even with Pennywise and It, you know, or Michael Myers mask in the new Halloweens, or Freddy Krueger and the new Nightmare movies that they're making. Even though they're not amazing, obviously, some of them are. Obviously, Pennywise stands out a lot. I thought those were pretty awesome. But anyway, coming back to Halloween 3 did a completely different take, right? They didn't even implement Michael Myers at all. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool movie overall, though.
Yeah, the original plan was they were supposed to make all these Halloween movies, and there were different stories that took place on Halloween. And after the backlash of him not being in number 3, which was what everybody wanted, they went back to, hey, it's the return of Michael Myers now.
Yeah.
Since you guys got pissed off at the last one. I remember I went to the theater and saw Halloween 3, and I was like such a huge Halloween fan. I was so excited to go to this movie. And back then you didn't have like social media, and you didn't have, we saw the commercial for the trailer maybe 2 times.
Not much to spoil it.
It didn't really grasp that he wasn't in the movie. So like halfway through the movie, I'm like, where's Michael Myers? Like, when is he coming out? Right. And then he just never came out. And everybody was just kind of like, everybody left the theater like, what did I just watch? Are you sure this was Halloween 3? And everybody was just confused. And, but it is a cool movie. And, it's got a lot of people that love it. But the fact that he wasn't in it was like so bizarro and disappointing. Nobody understood why. And then the story came out, which is what John Carpenter was trying to do. And then, he brought him back for everybody so they'd stop crying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely that. They tried changing, like you said, the more ritualistic, witchcrafty type stuff in the later ones, like the 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, the ones where they had.
Yeah, those. There was like I remember watching one of them. There was like this circle, like kind of ritual space, and there's dudes in rows. I'm like, what is going on? Like, right. It doesn't feel like Michael Myers belongs in that type of space. Like, no, like not at all. And it, like you said, it felt like directionless. Like they were trying to do something so different to pull it away and maybe like draw more attention, when really it just kind of weaned off the fans. And
right. I feel like they were just sitting around like, why does Michael Myers not die? And they were like, well, maybe we can make it like some ritual, and he's a Mayan god or something. And it just got so stupid.
Yeah.
But I haven't revisited the 4, 5, 6 in a long time. Like, I haven't watched those in probably 25 years. And for good reason. I just didn't care for them. But and then you got, on the other side, you got the Friday the 13th sequels, which I believe there were 10 of those. Well, there were 10, and then you had
the remake.
The remake, which I kind of like the remake. I
don't hate it.
That movie gets a lot of hate too.
It's modern.
Yeah. But the Friday the 13th movies, 1's good, 2's good, 3's my favorite. 4's good, 5 sucks, 6 is good, 7 sucks, 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan. Kind of hit or miss with that one. Jason Goes to Hell is probably the return of Michael Myers of the Friday the 13th series, where he's like, Jason's soul is jumping into other people, and it's just so ridiculous. I hate that stupid movie. And then you got Jason X in space, which I kind of like Jason X in space.
There's some cool kills in that movie.
It's a campy one.
They had great kills in that movie. Yeah, when they smashed the lady's face, that was so cool. And I liked his futuristic mask, was neat. And then the reboot was pretty good. I thought it had some good kills in it, and they kind of merged all the movies together in that one. Well, at least the first 3, they kind of merged all 3 of them together for that one.
Yeah.
But that movie,
now we're getting that show.
Yeah, I mean that movie's been in court forever. I think that came out 2009, the reboot, something like that.
12,
I think it was 2009,
10.
Something like that. So it's been a long time since we've had a Friday the 13th movie. But they've been fighting. I guess somebody had the rights to Jason, and another person had the rights to the Friday the 13th franchise, and they just couldn't agree on what to do. And then somebody won the court case, and they came out with a short that was sponsored by Angry Orchard, and it was actually really good. I really liked it. I thought they did a great job with it. So they made this little short, and I think that's teasing something that they're doing. I don't know if they're making another feature or what they're doing. And then you got the Camp Crystal Lake show, which they've been teasing for probably like 5 or 6 years now. Last I heard, A24 bought it, and they're making it or filming it or finished filming it. I don't know. But
I would love to hear where like production is on that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything apart from it being made.
Yeah, because they announced it like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was like, oh, that's why I'm getting Peacock. So I got Peacock.
Yep.
Because of that reason.
Because of that reason. Years now.
And I've had it for 6 years and still no Crystal Lake. But actually I watch Peacock a lot, actually. So it wasn't terrible. But they lured me with Crystal Lake and have not delivered yet.
So their marketing works, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. So yeah. So hopefully some more stuff coming out soon from Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So when you say the big three, Staten, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th, where do you feel Scream falls, and where do you feel Child's Play kind of falls in there?
Yeah, I mean, those are two other franchises with a ton of sequels. Yeah. I like the early Screams, Scream 1 through 4. Actually, 4 is probably my second favorite over the first. The first one and the fourth one is my favorite. And then the newer ones, I felt like they were missing the mark, man. And I don't know. There's just something missing from them. I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something missing. And I think
have the potential.
Trying too hard. Yeah, they got potential.
Because you have this new batch of young, talented actors and actresses that are a huge draw, and it's not fully working.
Yeah, maybe there's just
something off about
scripts or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't really care for the girl that plays the lead in the new ones. The hell's her name? I can't remember her name.
Melissa Barrera.
Yeah, Melissa Barrera. I don't really care for her. There's something about her I don't like. Yeah. Maybe that's why I don't like them. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't like them. There's some. I think each one had cool scenes. Like I really liked the opening scene in the New York one.
Alleyway.
Yeah, that was a really cool scene. But then, you're like, holy shit, Ghostface in New York. That's awesome. And that was the only scene in New York City, if you think about it. Everything else was either in an apartment, on a train.
It could have been anywhere.
Yeah, it could have been anywhere. So they really missed the boat by not putting him in like Times Square and, with the people of New York, which I don't know if it's budget issues or what it is, but, Friday the 13th tried that, and they actually had a couple scenes where Jason was in Times Square, and it was cool, when, I don't know, it was a cool thing when he was in New York. But again, that movie, I mean, pretty much the whole movie takes place on a boat and in a sewer, but they actually put him in New York City, and they did not do that in the Scream series, in the Scream one. And it was kind of disappointing that they didn't.
I feel like they might have thought about it and then put it in a more controlled environment. Like you're talking Scream 6, right? When they're in New York, like there's a scene when they are on the train, and I guess it's like Halloween, right? Sometime around there, because everyone's in costumes, and he's kind of like waving in and out of the crowd.
Right.
Sort of given that same type
but it was
of
on the
feeling.
subway.
Yeah, that train could have been anywhere. I'm talking about like Ghostface in the city, Times Square with the lights and the billboards and the buildings and, a million people walking around. And I don't know, I feel like they just missed the boat on that. But
You feel like that's more of like a creative choice or like a budget restraint?
I don't know. I mean, I'm they hyped it up. Ghostface in New York City, Ghostface in New York. They hyped it like that's what attracted me to. I mean, I was going to see it anyway, but that got me kind of excited that he was going to be in New York City. And when I saw it, I left the theater and I'm like, he wasn't really in New York City. Like he was just kind of here and there in a building and a train. And I think it was in Central Park at some point, but who cares? That's a big.
I don't even think it was Central Park.
Trees.
I think it was just a park.
Yeah. I don't even know what it was, but I don't know. It could have been budget, but I mean, I'm sure the Scream series has a lot of money that they could have put at least one scene in the city.
Yeah.
I don't know. The hell do I know?
Yeah.
But
could have put him on a ferry or something near the Statue of Liberty. Exactly. I don't know. Somewhere.
Yeah, Statue of Liberty in the background.
Statue of Liberty in the background. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. CGI that shit.
So if I ever make a horror movie in New York City, you will see that dude in Times Square killing people.
Yeah.
Actually, my cousin a long time ago had an idea for making a remake of American Werewolf in London and making it a British werewolf in New York. And I just thought that would be so cool. The wolf coming out into the Times Square and howling with the big billboards and behind him. So I thought that would be cool.
British werewolf in Memphis, Tennessee.
British werewolf in Memphis.
British werewolf on the sequels, you have the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 2, which has an awesome Times Square scene.
Yeah.
When you have Electro in there just shocking everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like something like that could have been.
I mean, all the Spider-Mans took place in New York. Yep. I mean, you knew it was New York City. So I don't know why Scream didn't do it, but it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
If you want to move on to the Nightmare on Elm Street series, I believe they're the same as the Halloween ones. I love the first one so much. I remember seeing that when I was a kid. We were going to go see, me and my buddies down the street, we were going to go see, what was it called? It was a movie called Party Animal. And it was just like a TNA flick. And we had our theater had like, you go in the theater and it was the first like multiplex because most theaters were only like 1 or 2 screens back then. But this was like a 6 or 8 theater place. And you get in and there was a long hallway and the theaters were off the hallway. So you could like go in and out of them pretty easily. So we went and saw we were going to go see this movie Party Animal. And I saw in the newspaper, they had an ad for Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was reading it and I was like, man, we should go see this. So we went to go see Nightmare on Elm Street first. And then we were going to see Party Animal after. And we were blown away by Nightmare on Elm Street. Like it was so different and so cool and bloody and scary. And it was awesome. And then I hate all the sequels, man. Like the second one was so bad. The Dream Warriors, I know that's got a big following, but I just didn't dig it. What it was the first one, he was like, Freddy Krueger was scary in that one. And then he started like telling jokes and being stupid and, it just got corny. And I don't know. I didn't like any of the sequels. I did like the one that's supposed to be like real life.
The New Nightmare.
New Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I did like that one. I thought that was cool what they did with that. But I didn't like any of the sequels. I thought they were just corny and kind of lame. And then the reboot, holy crap. That is on the par of Halloween 2, Rob Zombie, and Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah, the remake was bad.
Yeah, those were, or Halloween Ends, sorry.
And that's why they changed the makeup.
They changed the actor, they changed the makeup, and it's like, just get Robert Englund again. He's still alive, and I mean, he still looks like he can get around. Like, come on.
I'm sure he would have done it too.
They're putting Harrison Ford and stuff, action movies. Why can't they put Robert Englund back in it? And
if not, they have like technology that keeps advancing all the time, where he can, just green screen him off or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't like any of the Nightmares. The reboot was horrible. But that first one is just classic to me. I love it. It's one of my favorites, one of my top 10 favorites, probably. So,
how do you feel about the looks of it? I noticed like a lot of films from that era, they're just like heavy in blue, right? Like just deeply saturated.
Yeah.
And hazy. Like a lot of those scenes are just like, they're just blasting that fog machine out in the yard, like in the alleyways, and just blowing that. Like some of the scenes, I remember one where he's like sitting in a hallway and you just kind of see a shadow, and then it cuts to the girl, and then it cuts back to him, and he's like silhouetted.
Mm.
There's a light like on the ground just shooting up at his back. Like it doesn't even make sense at all.
Right.
But it creates this like sinister figure. You know, you see like his fingers and like a little bit of like light glistening over his razors. Just things like that. Like the whole aesthetic that they painted with Freddy Krueger. It feels different than most other characters. Because you look at Michael, it's a dude with a knife or, you know, whatever weapon.
Yep.
Jason is a dude with a machete or whatever weapon. Chucky, you know, he's got a knife usually. Ghostface, a knife, and then this guy's, you know, he's got a glove on with basically the weapons attached to him.
Right.
Like walking around like this, you know, dreamy type of figure that's just haunting people.
Finger knives.
And I think that's what it is. Being a dream villain, a dream killer, you kind of enhance that creep factor. So making things kind of abnormal to be like, oh, this could something that's only in your dreams that'll get you. It's not like a real person. So just what you have nightmares of is what is going to kill you, essentially.
And it's like an inevitable thing because everyone needs to sleep, right? And they don't realize that they're having those types of dreams until he's haunting them, you know?
Right.
It's not like there's like some kind of warning. I mean, typically they get a couple of warnings before they actually get killed off, but
yeah, they hear the knives scraping and
things like that, and it wakes them up. And then like in Dream Warriors, when they intentionally go to sleep to fight them off together. And is that like the whole aspect that kind of like pulls you away from those types of films where he's like vulnerable, or do you like when he's kind of like this master being over there?
I just thought they were corny. Like I didn't like Freddy the comedian. Like he would do all these corny one-liners and stuff. And he did a few one-liners in the first one, but they were freaking creepy. And I think it goes back to, I use this analogy all the time. So in Silence of the Lambs, Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter was just creepy as hell. And then in the second one and the third one, he was trying to be creepy and it didn't work. And that's what happened with Freddy Krueger, I think, is the first one, he was saying these one line like, I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy, and his tongue comes out of the phone. That was like creepy. But then like in the sequels, I think he was trying to be creepy with his one-liners, but it just wasn't working. And I'm sure I'm in the minority because I know a lot of people love the Dream Warriors and they love I know a lot of people that like part 2, and I'm just like, really? Like, how do you like that terrible movie? And then, you know, the 4th and 5th and 6th ones, I mean, they were, I don't know, they weren't that great to me. Again, this corny Freddy Krueger, and I don't know, it didn't work for me. And I'm sure a lot of people like him, but I just not there.
So I noticed you kind of skipped over Child's Play.
No, we'll hit Child's Play. I liked.
You said you liked them?
Yeah, the Chucky movies are
like
fun.
All? Okay.
Most of them.
Right.
I even like the reboot, man. I thought that was a freaking cool movie. A lot of people didn't like it because he was like robot Chucky, but I thought it was cool. I really thought they did a great job with it. But I like the progression of the Chucky movies. You know, you had Chucky, and then, you know, he gets married, and then he has another son of Chucky, and like it was. They were silly, fun movies, and that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to make them silly and fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're scary, but they're fun. You know, they're fun movies. Kind of like I think the Megan movies are trying to be kind of Chucky-ish with the silly jokes and the goofiness. I actually watched Megan 2.0 last week, and it wasn't great.
No,
but the first one, I thought the first one was cool.
I like the
First
first
one
one.
was-
Yeah, it was
cool.
fun. It was fun, but the second one wasn't great. It got a little goofy.
So, what sequels do you think worked?
Which sequels do I think worked, and which ones? Like
Just
any of them?
in general.
In general?
Like, which ones stand out that, like, okay, this held up to the first one, if not better?
I think all the Saw movies are good. Like all the Saw, there's not. I can't think of a Saw movie that I didn't like. Like they were all pretty much on par. I mean, obviously, the first one was so different. I mean, that was the beginning of the torture porn era. And that was such a different movie, and the twist ending, and you didn't see coming. That was a cool movie, and I mean, really, the whole movie takes place in a room with two guys chained to the wall.
Maybe 3 locations.
Yeah, super simple, but it worked. I mean, it was entertaining and suspenseful, and the twist ending worked, and I don't know, I thought that was really good. And each one after that, I mean, they were all cool. I mean, each one, with the different ways of killing people and the traps and all that stuff. I mean, I think they were all pretty much on par with each other.
It's like the Final Destination movies. They know their place and what type of movie they're supposed to be.
Now, there is a couple Final Destinations that I do not like.
Yeah.
The one with the race car at the racetrack, horrible. Like that movie is so corny and so bad. But I think all the other ones, I really, really liked them.
My favorite's definitely 3 with the roller coaster.
Yeah, 3 was really good. The second one with the log truck, that one was really good. I really liked the last one that they just did, Bloodlines.
See, I didn't care
like
too much about it.
Really?
I felt
that opening scene was so badass.
Too over the top.
Really?
Like, there's something about the visual effects that they did, the way they colored, the way they did something, it just took me out of it. And it looked fake.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's over, like, hyper blood and gory, but it looked just, I don't know. It took me out of it a little bit.
I thought the editing in that opening scene was amazing. When they were singing Shout and everything was cutting back and forth and the floor's cracking, and I love that scene so much. That was probably my second favorite opening scene behind the log truck one. I mean, you can't beat that truck. Yeah, that log truck scene was so good.
I still won't drive behind a log truck.
Hell no. Hell no.
No way.
If I'm coming up on one, I will switch lanes. Hell no. I ain't getting behind one. Or I'll floor it and get around them.
I do like how they're slowly piecing together a cohesive storyline. How everything's coming back to the first one. And then they did the prequel one and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it's 4 or 5, whichever one had the bridge that collapsed.
Yeah.
That's the prequel.
Fifth. Was that the 5th one? I think that was the 5th one.
Or the 5th one? That's the prequel.
Well, you had the first one was the airplane. The second one was the log truck. The third one was the roller coaster. The 4th one was the race car.
The 5th
one was the bridge.
Yeah.
And then
6 is the new one.
And 6 was the new one? Okay.
Yeah. So you have the end of 5, which puts them on the plane of the first one.
Right.
And then it just cycles through. And then they kind of tied that all up in the new one where it's like, doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to escape that.
You're not getting away with it, right?
Doesn't matter what it is. It's all bloodlines at that point. It'll just trickle down. So I thought that's a cool kind of thing 20 years later that they're still going back to.
Right. What are your favorite kills in those movies? I actually just recently, I watched Bloodlines, and then I ended up watching all of them that week. I watched each day I watched one. Like one of my favorite ones is the girls in the sunbathing booth that get burned alive.
Yeah.
That one is such a great, and they're playing a roller coaster, right? Roller coaster of love. Yeah. They're playing that as they're dying. It was cool.
I love the in 3 also when they're in the drive-through and the truck gets hit
and
and the engine comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
The new one had the cool one in the garbage truck.
Yeah, the compactor.
Where she gets compacted and like her head like slices
in half.
Yeah. I watched how they did that. It was really cool.
Yeah,
it was like a slated floor. So it just kind of molded around the head.
Yeah. Cool. The escalator one was good. I don't remember which one that one. Oh, how about the one where they're at I don't remember if they were at a mall or they were somewhere and they were outside and there was like a big sheet of glass that was being lifted up on a crane and it fell and crushed the person.
Oh, yeah.
that was freaking insane.
Yeah.
So that's the fun of making horror movies, man, is, figuring out different ways to kill people. And I love like when something's really creative, I kind of like it.
That's what a couple of those franchises actually do, is they just focus on the kills. Like Final Destination, they focus on kills.
Exactly. And then
Terrifier, they focus on the kills.
Right.
Yeah. And then what's the other one?
They are.
Yeah, they stay in their little niche.
They know their place. They know what they have to do, and just do it well.
So then they create that. Yeah. They create that fan base, and they know what to expect when they're coming into it. You get the little baseline of like, this is the story, and then the kills are like the part that stands out for those types of films.
Right. I mean, the Final Destination movies are all the same formula. It's like you got a opening scene where the people, half of them live, and then the rest of the movie is watching those people that live die. I mean, it's pretty simple, and you just need a different setting for each one, and you can make them forever. You can make those forever. And they don't try to get fancy and cute. I think Bloodlines was probably the one that really got they started getting a little different with it, where, this led back to the other people and their mother or whatever. But really all of them they're pretty much the same.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out how to escape death.
Right.
There's some formula to it and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, but another franchise that I think holds up pretty well with each movie is the Conjuring universe.
I did not like 3.
3 is the outlier, I think.
Yeah, that one sucked.
1's great. 2's just as good. And then you go into the Annabelle movies. Annabelle was good. Annabelle Creation was great. Annabelle was great.
People hate the first Annabelle.
I didn't like the first.
You didn't like
the first one. I think Comes Home and Creation.
Annabelle
was
Creation
awesome.
and
Creation was my favorite of those. Yeah.
Didn't Flanagan do Annabelle
Comes Home?
Was it Creation? Annabelle oh wait, what the hell did he do?
Creation is the one in the
it's like the girls' school
warehouse, right?
I'm trying to think
all
which
the
one
girls
he
go
did.
to the home. Yeah.
No, that wasn't it. I'm trying to think of which one. I thought Flanagan did one of them. Oh no, he did Ouija. He did Ouija, Origin of Evil. That's right, he did that one.
This is Ouija.
I never watched that.
Ouija, whatever. You ever watch Ouija Origin of Evil? It was actually really good.
That was solid. Yeah, that was a good one.
Anything Mike Flanagan
it's streaming somewhere.
Yeah, anything Mike Flanagan directs is going to be good. That guy is an amazing filmmaker. Amazing shows.
Great storyteller.
God, man, his stories are so good. And the way the shots he gets in his movies, I'm assuming it's him and not his DP. I don't know if he has the same DP on everything that he does, but his shots are so good and so creative. And I don't know, I'll watch anything that guy does. I'm excited to see what he does with The Exorcist. And they also said he's supposed to be doing The Exorcist, and he's making a Carrie TV show, Carrie series. Interested to see what he does with that. But that guy, I started following him a long time ago. He made a movie called Absentia, and I think that was one of his first movies, and I really liked it. And back then I was like starting to get into filmmaking, and so whenever I would see something like a real low budget indie movie, I would look up who did it and see what else they've done and everything. And I just started following him, and he each movie he was making was just getting better and better and better. And then he had this one movie, God, I can't remember the name of it. It had Kerry Russell in it. The hell was the name of it? I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I had a film festival at the time, the Innovative Film Festival, and I ran the Florida Horror Film Festival. And I messaged him on Facebook because I was friends with him on Facebook, and I messaged him about, and it was in distribution hell, this movie, like it wasn't ever going to get released. So I asked him if we could have it for the film festival and make it our featured movie. And he was talking back to me. I was, oh yeah, that'd be so cool, and blah blah blah. He says, but I don't have control of it. You have to talk to, whoever was in control of the movie, the studio or whoever. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want to go through all that shit. But just the fact that he replied back to me was like pretty cool. And now he's like this huge mega director, and that was kind of neat. But he's just a super, super, super cool guy, and it's just a badass filmmaker, man. I would love to.
I always forget he does Oculus.
Yeah, he did Oculus.
Such a weird movie.
He did Hush.
Great movie.
Yeah, that's a cool movie. He did The Wee George and the Yule. He did, what else did he do? And then he started doing more series. He did Gerald's Game. Yep. That was on Netflix, Gerald's Game.
Before I Wake.
Oh, that's the one I was trying to get. That's the one I was trying to get, Before I Wake. It ended up getting released, but I mean, it was like 2 years later after I tried to get that from him. It was like 2 years.
There's a Kate Bosworth in it.
Yeah. Is it Kate Bosworth?
Yep.
And Before I Wake? Oh, I thought it was Kerry Russell for some reason.
Nope.
And then a series like, the Haunting of Hill House and
Black Manor,
Black Mass. That show was badass. I even liked the last one he did. What was that one called with the kids that tell the story? No, not that one.
Oh, Midnight Club.
Midnight Club. Yeah, that one was good. House of Usher was really good.
I thought you didn't like that much.
The Midnight Club was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it started off a little slow, and I wasn't real sure. I wasn't real sure where it was going, but then I started liking it about halfway through it. I stuck with it. Halfway through it, I was like, this is actually pretty good. There's some cool stories in there.
Yeah, I liked it.
But House of Usher was cool. So I don't know. I just really like him.
I was bummed. He was supposed to come to MegaCon last year.
Yeah, and he canceled.
And I wanted to just talk to him.
Yeah,
talk to him about setting up that one shot in Hill House.
Oh my God, that's
one take.
The one take through the whole episode. That just.
I'm like, how do you even plan for that? Because it's like 40, 50-minute episode.
Yeah, and it's different places. Like to go from a funeral parlor into the house into another room, like unbelievable. It's so cool how they did that. But yeah, he's just always coming up with fresh stuff, and he's definitely one of my favorites.
Who is your favorite director?
My favorite director?
Does he have a foot fetish?
Tarantino is probably my favorite. Tarantino is probably is my favorite. I mean, I like all his stuff, except for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was kind of lame. The rest of his movies I like. I like David Fincher a lot. John Carpenter, I like his stuff. Sam Raimi, I like his stuff. I don't know. We got a lot of people.
I'm so glad Sam Raimi was so nice.
Oh, he was so cool, right?
Yeah.
And I asked the dumbest question of all time. Are we going to get a Drag Me to Hell 2?
Wait, you asked him that at MegaCon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He signed on my poster, my Evil Dead poster. And I'm like, so I asked him, I said, I got to ask you a question. I said, is there going to be a Drag Me to Hell 2? And I can't even remember what he said. Do you remember what he told me?
Yeah. He said, there is a script. It's written. No plan on making it yet.
Oh, really? I love that movie.
Yeah.
I must have seen that movie 10 times. You ever watched that, Ricky?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I just remember the scene when she's kind of hanging over the lady laying in bed, and all of a sudden
vomit in her face. So gross.
Yeah, I've seen the DCS of that. Yeah.
We have a theory that because Alison Lohman was in that movie and she was kind of a budding star at that time. Like she was getting bigger. And then she only made like 2 more movies after that and like hasn't been heard from since. And we think that that scene made her quit acting.
I believe it. That had to be brutal.
I think I heard something about like she wasn't like all the way for opening her mouth, but they like told her to scream, and then they just released all the bugs and just went all they tricked her into it.
And if you think about it, that movie, like constantly throughout the movie, she's getting like shit all over her face and like all kinds of gross shit on her. And I'm like, there's no way. That's got to be why she stopped acting, because she was a good little actress. She was cute and she just vanished. But yeah, that's my theory, is that movie made her quit.
Ricky, how about you? Who's your favorite director?
I got a couple. I mean, my first is probably going to be somewhere like a Darren Aronofsky, and then it would be like an Alex Garland, Tarantino, Robert Eggers, and Fincher. I like a lot of his work too.
I like Fincher that he can build such a atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like the atmosphere he builds in his movie, like Seven is like the top of like building a dreary, creepy atmosphere through the whole movie. Just the lighting and constantly raining and all that stuff was just kind of, he just really built a nice atmosphere with that movie.
Yeah. A lot of mine really don't do horror films, you know, they're more like psychological or like dramas and things like that. Like horror films kind of just something that I like to watch. Like they're just fun. I like seeing like how they light things and, you know, how they move the camera and how they build characters throughout. Some of them don't even build characters. They just go in there and kill people. Yeah. You know, and I just think it's like a fun genre to be around because, you know, it's just open, you know, there's it doesn't have to be real. Almost like fantasy, like, and you can go with like a comedy route, or you can go like a drama route, or you can like mix all of them together, and they kind of all live in this space of horror. And I just think it's fun to dive into that, like even like sci-fi or cosmic horror, you know, like an Alien or The Void or like Colored Out of Space, like things like that. They're just all interesting to see like how everything's brought together. So, I mean, yeah, that has nothing to do with directors, but
all good.
I mean, it is. I mean, they're the ones putting everything together, essentially.
Yeah.
We're just here to spew shit. So whatever comes in your brain, say it.
I mean, what about you, Beux?
I think my all-time favorite is probably Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright's cool.
I love Edgar Wright movies.
He's got a new one coming out. The hell is it?
Oh, The Running Man.
Oh, yeah, The Running Man.
Yeah.
Remake. But one of my all-time favorite movies is Last Night in Soho. I walked out of the theater and I was like, this movie was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
The way the music was, the actors are incredible. The way they lit everything, how they kind of had the muted, like dreepy England in the daytime, and then she went into the dream sequence at night and everything was bright, colorful, the bisexual lighting. Like, it was so cool just how well they separated the character. And then one thing that Edgar Wright does, I heard about in an interview, he will create the soundtrack first and then create scenes around songs. So yeah, I was like, that's pretty cool that he's able to take the story that he's written and also write something around a music that he decided that he wanted in there.
Right. Must be nice.
So Yeah.
Have that
Especially
time.
like in Baby Driver. Baby Driver is a great example of that. Like that movie is all based around
All about music. Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the coolest scenes, like the opening scene, that's probably one of my favorite opening scenes when you have him driving from the heist.
Mhm.
And then Scott Pilgrim's one of my favorite movies. That's just a fun movie. And it's such a great cast too. Like just star-studded cast early on. Yeah, Michael Cera, Anna Kendrick, Aubrey Plaza, Brie Larson,
Chris Pine's in there for a little bit.
Chris Pine's in there. No, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah. Not
Chris Evans, yeah. McCulkin's brother.
They're kind of the same, Chris Evans and Chris Pine. They're kind of like the same, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like a Walmart and like a Dollar General version.
One win Marvel, one win DC.
Yeah.
He's kind of...
No, I like it.
Yeah, I was also thinking about his transitions in Last Night in Soho when he's like kind of has the camera floating through the bed sheets and then it flows into a dream. Those are cool too.
That's some cool scares in that movie too.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the behind the scenes of the dance scene?
Oh my God, that's so crazy. That dance
It's a one take. They did everything live. So they wrote the choreography around the camera work and they switch the girls out live with the choreography. So one will go down and another will come up and it's just one cycling circle shot. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. Like that's where your choreography is just top notch. I would love to work with something like that.
Get some money.
Yeah.
And Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
I feel like she's pretty cool. She's cool to work with.
She's awesome. She's kind of hasn't done much lately. She was hot there for a while. She was in like a lot of stuff and then she just kind of fell off a little bit.
She did The Menu, which was phenomenal.
God, that was,
I love that movie. Yeah.
It was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
She did something recently.
I haven't seen her in much. But a couple of years ago, she was in everything. Couldn't turn the movies on without seeing her.
Yeah,
I want to say that show about the chess player. That was a freaking awesome show.
Yeah, I want to say they're doing Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, the Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Yeah.
Queen's Gambit. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, she was in Furiosa, which they shot for 2 years.
Yeah, that's probably why she wasn't in anything because she was on that set.
Yeah. Oh, she was in Dune Part 2 also, which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Who wants to see that shit?
Yeah.
I got to see through.
I couldn't get into the first one.
They suck, man. They're so long and boring. So boring. It's like, yeah, the setting is a desert. Okay, cool. It's like Lord of the Rings in the desert.
No, Lord of the Rings is way better. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it's just a lot of boring nothing. And it's like, why does this have to be 3 hours long? Come on.
You got a story to tell.
A story under 6 hours.
The book's like that thick, and there's like 8 of them.
Freaking crazy. It's like, no thanks. I saw the first one at the theater because Jaden wanted to see it, and I'm just like, bro, this sucks.
Not much happened in the first one.
There's nothing happening.
I think the second one's supposed to be more action.
Yeah.
Just a lot of politics.
I will never know because I'm not going to see it. I got more time to kill than that. So I watched changing the subject. I watched The Black Rabbit on Netflix, the show with
Jason Bateman
and Jason Bateman. That was a badass show. It's probably my favorite show this year so far. Just a really cool story, and the actors. Jude Law was. I didn't realize he was that good of an actor, man. Like he crushed this role. And Jason Bateman's always good. But it was a really good show. You guys should watch it.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah, like, what is it about?
Oh, so Jude Law runs this restaurant called the Black Rabbit, and his brother's kind of a junkie, drug addict, gambles all his money away, and he's kind of down on his luck, and he's running from people. So he's like living in another state, and he comes back, into Jude Law's life, and he's got a gambling debt he needs to pay off, and all this shit, and all this stuff happens centered around that. It's like mobsters chasing him, and his brother's trying to save him, and it was really good. It was a cool show. It was a really cool show. Kind of grabbed me, and like it was very engaging. But yeah, that's probably one of the better shows I've seen this year. I'm trying to think anything else I've seen that was better. I don't think so.
The Studio?
The Studio, yeah, the Studio was freaking awesome.
You've been raving about that. I haven't watched it yet.
God, so good. So good. So good. Dude,
for like
you could
a week
watch the whole
straight
series
every day.
I know, that's what I was talking about. You
Like,
probably
you
watch the
don't
whole
watch
series
this,
in one
dude. This
day.
show's so funny.
You could probably watch it all in one day. It's like 30-minute episodes. But it's so funny. And just being in film, like you understood everything that was happening. And I don't know. It was a freaking hilarious show, man. I'm probably gonna end up watching it again at some point. But freaking hilarious. And it was just basically Seth Rogen getting in shit at the beginning of the show, and then like him trying to get out of the shit by the end of the show. Just so funny. And the way they shot it was really cool. Like each episode was a oneer. Like it was all a oneer, the whole show. And then the next show they would start another oneer. So there really wasn't a lot of edits going on in the show.
How was the pacing though because of that?
Fantastic. It was think of Uncut Gems about a movie studio. That's how it was. It was very anxiety driven, and you're just kind of like, you feel like you're in the middle of everything happening. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good show. I would be surprised if it wins a bunch of awards.
I thought it did already.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
they just had the Emmys
Probably.
already, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing I had issues with about that show, Adolescence, the Netflix show that was all a oneer.
I couldn't get into it.
I felt like the pacing suffered from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, all right, we're doing a oneer, so we have to get to this whole nother location.
All right.
Let's stick them in a car for 10 minutes while we get everybody set up at the other location.
Right.
It's like where you would just cut to something else to keep it going. You got to watch them in the car going to that other location.
Right. I watched, I think, 2 episodes of that show, and I couldn't finish it. It was too, I don't know what it was. It was, I guess it was too slow. Like the pacing of
it, the pacing
wasn't good, but the Studio is complete opposite. Like it's nonstop insanity, and camera is just moving constantly around, and they did a great job with it. Like it's really, really fun. It's a fun show. But yeah, it's cool.
Cool. All right.
There's his second cup. This
is
the same cup.
My Tampa Bay Rays cup.
You got that at a yard sale too?
Yes, I did. 50 cents.
They come with a lid?
It did come with a lid, a blue one. I don't like using the lids for some reason.
You gotta use a different cup every episode.
It makes me feel like a baby with a sippy cup. I don't want it. I don't like that. Then I gotta get my diaper changed, and that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it? Wheel of Fortune's on.
So let's talk about our stuff that we got going on. We're shooting a short film this weekend that Ricky wrote, and we're all kind of. What do you mean, kind of?
I know you wrote the whole thing.
I wrote it like 3 years ago, dude. I could have revised it a little bit.
You wrote it.
Yeah.
But we're doing that this weekend, and that's going to be fun. And we're all kind of doing different roles in this one that we're normally doing.
We're not shooting a feature in 4 days.
This is going to be Beau's directorial debut. Ricky's running camera. We got me sitting in the background watching you guys do stuff. So that's going to be cool.
So normal.
I'm not in charge.
It's pretty normal, yeah. So speaking of that, though,
it's become the norm. It's become.
I nixed the storyboard idea just because I don't want to be limited to certain shots the way I visualize it.
That's why we don't make storyboards and shot lists, Ricky.
Well, I had an idea. I was like, this will keep us like on track and on time. But I'm like,
Right.
why don't we just like kind of flow with it?
Yeah, that's what we normally do.
Instead, because this is a short film. This is like experimental. Like, let's just see what happens. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we just did a few movies recently that we're waiting to hit streaming. We got Frost Park, House Sitter, Do Not Open, that we're waiting to hit streaming. We got a few movies on streaming: Creeper in the Woods, Bombshell Butcher, Man in the Blue Suit. What else? Is that it?
Psychoscience.
Psychoscience.
Sammy Slick.
That's
Vampire Slayer.
That's BR. That's before Ricky. Oh wait, Ricky was on Psychoscience.
Yeah,
that was the first movie you did with us, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that counts. We got a film festival coming up in December that we got 4 movies playing. That's got to be some kind of record. 3 features in the short that we're doing this weekend will be playing. That's December 4th through 7th. So if you're in the Tampa area, come out and see our movies. You can find the schedule. It's called Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival. And the schedule's up on their website. You can see all our movies there. What else? We got Die Die Delta Pi 2 with Sean Donahue in March. And then we got Bones and Butterflies in April that we're doing, both features. And then we don't know what's happening after that. We may be over. Who knows?
The unknown.
The unknown. The unknown is
we'll need this podcast to take off so we have something to do.
And I don't like... Yeah, I know. I don't like the unknown, so don't like it.
Yeah,
well, that's months away, so
yeah, it kind of sucks because like between now and end of March is like the best time to shoot movies, and we have nothing going on. It kind of sucks. So we get to shoot our movies in the freaking heat coming up. But I don't know. It's fun, and I think we're getting better. Our stuff's starting to look really good. So anyway, that's all we got going on.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to touch on?
Any closing remarks?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm out.
Well, all right. Ricky, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, so I primarily operate on Instagram. It's _R Garcia 91. I am on Facebook, but I kind of just use it to relay Chris's messages and then do casting calls. So my page is nothing but Chris Lato. So yeah, that's where you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and I do have a YouTube. I don't remember the name for it, so I'll remember that for the next episode.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
We got the Reaper Films group page on Facebook. That's where you can find where to watch all our movies, upcoming stuff, campaigns that we're running to raise money. Everything we're doing is on there. And really it. I don't really use Instagram much. I don't understand it. That's about it.
That's why he's watching Jeopardy.
That's why I'm watching Jeopardy.
Keep that brain intact. All right. I am on Instagram, Beux_. It's my personal page, but I post some movie stuff, some behind the scenes stuff, photography stuff. And then as for a group, the Unfiltered Filmmakers Facebook page is up and running. So you can follow us there, keep up to date. We are working on Instagram and TikTok. Once we get that set up, post some clips. And then you can follow us here on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. In the comments, let us know some of your favorite sequels or sequels that you don't like. And then we will see you next week.
Over and out.
That's it.
That's it. Goodbye.
Bye.